Welcome to Unit 11, focusing on the natural world. We'll be working through the content starting on page 98 of your book. Let's start by looking at some animals. Match the underlined animals with the photos AH. Then, decide if statements 1 to 8 are true or false. Check your answers on page 164. Now, where do the animals in the photos usually live? Consider the environments listed: cool forests, coasts, deserts, grassland, jungles, lakes, and mountains. Let's discuss some wild animals. Consider which wild animals you have seen and what they were doing. Also, think about which animals are important in your country and why. Finally, which animals are becoming less common in your country and why. The water buffalo is Vietnam's unofficial national animal, symbolizing strength and diligence. It's essential for rice farming, often called the living tractor of the East. Again, consider these questions about wild animals. Have you seen any, and where? What makes some animals important in your country? Why are other animals becoming less common in your country? Some major endangered species include the Saola or Asian unicorn, which is on the brink of extinction. Tigers and leopards are extremely rare, and Asian elephant numbers are declining due to habitat destruction. Also, turtles are heavily traded and poached. Next, you will hear a young woman, Ellie, talking about her trip to southern Spain to see the Iberian lynx. Listen and choose the correct answer for each of the 6 questions. Think about which wild animal you would most like to see close up, and why. Share your thoughts. We are now moving on to vocabulary, focusing on noun suffixes. Look at the underlined nouns in the provided sentences and answer questions 1, 2, and 3 about their verb forms, suffixes, and spelling changes. Complete the table with the noun form of the verbs from the box. Be careful with any spelling changes as you sort them into the ment, ation, and ion columns. For this task, complete the news article with the noun form of the verbs provided in the box. The article is about scientists using a robot chick to study penguins. Listen to check your answers to exercise 3. Then, let's explore word stress in longer nouns. Listen again and underline the stressed syllable in nouns 1 to 6 in exercise 3. Answer the questions about which syllable is stressed in each word and in the other noun forms from exercise 2. Finally, practice saying the words with the correct stress. We are now moving on to the grammar section of Unit 11, which starts on student book page 100. Our focus in grammar is the passive voice. Look at sentences AD and answer the 6 questions related to active and passive sentences, past events, and subjects and objects. Complete the rules about active and passive voice, including the use of, quote, by. Pay attention to when you find the passive voice, which form of the verb is used, and when to use active or passive voice for different focus. Now complete sentences 1 to 6 using the present or past passive form of the words in brackets. This exercise focuses on applying the correct tense of the passive voice. For this task, rewrite the given active sentences as passive sentences. Start with the underlined words and only use by when it is necessary to mention the original agent. Next, we'll work on finding passive forms in an article about bears and wolves. Read the article and underline 9 more passive forms. Then, provide the infinitive form of each main verb you underlined. We are now moving on to the reading section, part 5 of Unit 11. This content starts on student book page 102. The next task involves reading an article about the most dangerous animal on Earth. You need to find words or phrases in the article that match the definitions 1 to 6. Before you read, look at the photos and the title of the article. Consider which animal you think is the most dangerous on Earth. Be ready to share your reasons.